All right, this has been a most requested video. It's my full day of eating. So I'm pretty excited to show you what's up, what I do. So yeah, I just did 45 minutes of cardio. And I look forward to my breakfast, which is protein pancakes, which is a great way to start the morning. So let's start off with the basics. So you take your blender here, there you go. Let's get some oats in. I'm gonna do a half cup of oats. That's a good mixture of fiber. You're gonna get around 4 grams of dietary fiber. Oh, that's the wrong scooper. There you go, half cup. Don't want a quarter cup. Take the half cup in, nice. That's kind of like your flour, your base for the pancake. Also adding to that floury texture is your protein powder, which is very important. I'm using Premier vanilla protein powder, just 1 scoop of that. The reason I'm using vanilla other than anything else is you don't really get that protein, the flavoring taste of whatever protein. So like I've been using cinnamon recently, cinnamon protein powder, and I wasn't tasting the cinnamon. So vanilla is the best way to go. You're just not gonna taste it anyway. So it's so plain, you know, it kind of sops it up. Awesome. Snazzy. All right, from there, I have to put in some vanilla extract. Let me get my teaspoon. There you go, teaspoon. Vanilla extract. This is just to help with the flavor, just a little bit. Like I said, you don't notice it too much, but it helps. It's low calorie, like what is that, like 10 calories? So it's like, who cares? Just help start off your day. From there, I'm gonna put in some, here's the really fun part. So what's the glue of your protein pancake is, depending on who you ask, could be banana. However, banana is somewhat high in calories, unfortunately. It's great in potassium, but instead of banana, we're using pumpkin, which is a great source of fiber, once again. So we're gonna take some pumpkin in. I'm gonna do about a quarter cup of pumpkin, just because I don't need a lot. But this is the glue, and if you don't like pumpkin, I love pumpkin by the way, but if you're not a fan of pumpkin, I personally don't even notice it once it's cooked. So it might be worth your time trying out. If you do notice it though, and you can't stand it, I'd recommend just using banana, half a banana. However, just know that your pancakes will be a little more higher in calories. It's still nutritious though, so you at least have that going for you. Awesome. Isn't that great? I love that so much. All right, from there, our last and final ingredient is our egg. So this one's somewhat important. Right now I just put in 1. I think this is a medium egg, medium large. There's not really a difference. It's a 10 calorie difference, who cares? However, in the future, in about like 2 weeks, maybe a little less than that, I'm gonna start swapping out this egg for egg whites, just to lower my calories just a slight bit, but nothing extreme. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, this recipe is pretty easy to get in. It's not very stressful, and it is rewarding after you do like your cardio, because it's just something to look forward to. It's not the best. It's not IHOP pancakes, okay? Like it genuinely doesn't really taste that much like pancakes. Oh, here's a really important step. Let me take you with me. So this next step is just put in water, just a little bit. Now the water is important because that gives that pancake a little bit more runniness. Depending on how you like your pancake, you can choose how like thin it is. So the more water you have, the thinner the pancake. However, the more volume you get because you can make more pancakes. If you want your pancakes very thick, less water. But if you're not in a caloric deficit, you don't care about that. You could always put in milk. I'm sure that would work. But for right now, water's the way to go. I'm gonna blend this up and I'll show you the results in just a second. Before I blend it, I forgot, put in some salt, a little bit for the flavoring, but also sodium is important. It helps us absorb water in our body. So that's a key fact. All right, I'm gonna blend it up and I'll be back in just a second. All right, and there we have our mix. Awesome, there's the batter, ready to go. Quick rule of thumb, before you put it on the pan, make sure the pan is hot, right? So you can do the water test, you take some water and sprinkle it on. I like my pan to be somewhere between low and medium. Don't wanna go higher than that because you're gonna burn the pancake and that sucks. So let me show you how I put it on. So here's the blender, and there's the pan. See, this is a little thicker than I normally do it. You just gotta eyeball it. It's not gonna be perfect every time, but you know what? At least you're trying, and they'll still be tasty. So don't get that wrong. Oh, and here's a really fun step. So once you put your pancake onto the pan, take some cinnamon, all right, and dabble that on. Oh yeah. Oh shit, that was a little bit too much. Sorry for my language. You put that on, and there you go. Now you just let it cook. I guess I'll just fast forward and you'll see the final results. All right, I'm currently wrapping up my last pancake, so I'll show you the plate in just a second. But here's a fun little tip. The batter, so if you've ever tasted pancake batter, it's terrible, like it sucks. However, this one is actually quite good. I wouldn't recommend eating it all the time because there is a fresh egg in there. And you do get that pumpkin-y taste if you're not a fan. That's solid. That's really good. Because you're gonna be missing a little, just because you don't have all the batter in, you're gonna be missing some of those calories. So you might as well scoop it all out. But don't be a savage. That's about much for me. I'll show you the pancake in just a second. All right, and there we have it. My pancakes for the morning. As you can tell, they're not the best looking pancakes. They're not the best batch. Actually, yesterday was like the best batch. I should have recorded yesterday, but I didn't. So now we have our pancakes. We're good to go. No syrup because that's calorically dense. However, we can do a topping. And I chose almond butter. It is calorically dense too. However, healthy fats, good for you. So let's take about a tablespoon of almond butter. And this is just freshly opened, so get it really get in there. It's pretty hard to measure this tablespoon, I won't lie. You want to be somewhat precise because that does matter a bit. So you take your almond butter and you just top it off on your pancake. If you don't like almond butter, you should at least give it a shot. But if you're not a fan of it, I'd recommend peanut butter, I guess would work, because they're pretty much equal in terms of calories, but not in terms of nutrition. Peanut butter has more protein but less like nutritional value as compared to other nut butters. But yeah, so I do that. You could also, if you want to make this process easier than just like doing what I am doing, like just taking a knife and scooping it across, you could heat up the almond butter and make it a drizzle. I haven't personally tried that, but I will eventually. And that should help you significantly just place that on. But there you go. Awesome. That's great. There's the final look. And that's breakfast. That is around 400 calories, give or take. And like 30 grams of protein. So yeah, it's a great way to start the morning, and healthy fats, so why not? Here, I'm just gonna show you how awesome this is. That's great. And it tastes like amazing. That's really good. This might be my best tasting batch yet. So if you just follow exactly what I do, good for you. All right, I'm on to my next meal. This is lunch. Here, if you can see, ooh, I don't want anything to spill a little bit. It is 4 ounces of chicken, some green beans, and then half a cup of rice. So that's in total, I think, like around 300 calories. That's good. I actually thought it was gonna be a little bit more bland, but nope. I do a good job cooking. Seasonings are important. For the green beans, you could always swap those out with broccoli. And I'm not gonna be using condiments anymore. I really want to perfect my cooking a bit right now. And just drenching it in any condiment just kind of like ruins the point of like the process I put into it. Also, I want to be more focused on my meals. But that being said, if you can't, if your cooking's not good, or you just need a condiment to get all this down, I'd recommend mustard or hot sauce, like such as sriracha or like chalupa or something, chalupa, whatever it's called. Any of those will do the job. Any low to no calorie, like you don't want anything more than 10 calories. In fact, you don't really want anything more than 5 calories. That's why mustard's a good place. Yellow mustard, Dijon mustard, I think honey mustard should be okay. But something like that should really do the trick. I'm gonna gulp this down because I'm actually really enjoying it. But I'll see you for the next meal. All right, this is an important reminder between meals, especially between this meal and the next one, because the next one's a pre-workout meal. Drink water, drink a ton of water. You don't want to be dehydrated when you go to the gym. You don't want to be dehydrated at all. So just hydrate throughout the day. I might drink all of this, possibly, before my next meal. So there you go. All right, it's time for my pre-workout meal. Today's actually a rest day, so I'm not even going to the gym, but I'll show you anyway. I eat the same thing every day, regardless of rest day or not. So what I have in this bowl is cod and broccoli. You should be having, white fish is good for you. And I think you could really sub this out with any white fish, although I would recommend either cod or haddock be your best choice. So what you do is, I'm just mashing this up just a bit. I'll show you why in just a second, once I get it nice and mashed. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna put this on the pan. I already have some rice boiled. So what I'm gonna do, maybe there's a better angle to see this. Yep, there's my pan. Awesome. Here's the cod and broccoli. Just gonna dump that on. Now the cod and the broccoli are already cooked, right? They don't have to be cooked more. This is just for flavor, just to get it down. But you don't have to do this. It does help though. So load that into the pan. Actually, I'm gonna keep this bowl. That's actually what I'm gonna eat out of. Stir it around just a bit. Make sure everything's just frying up in there. There's nothing else in this pan besides I used some cooking spray earlier just to make sure it doesn't stick. Other than that though, no oils. Don't want any calories from that. It's really hard to calculate calories from oils when you're cooking, so it's best not to use it in general when you're cutting. So you do that. Nice. And now there's our boiled rice. Let's put some of that in there. Like I said, all of this is already edible. You don't have to do any of this. This is more of just a flavor kick, if you know what I mean. It's you're just frying it all up. And this is the pre-workout meal. So I have half a cup of rice here. And I also, the cod is about 3 ounces, give or take. And the broccoli's, you know, as much as you want, really. You don't have to have like a certain number of broccoli. But I did about a cup of broccoli. But yeah, stir that up. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you the final product. You don't need to see me mixing around. I mean, this is gonna take a couple minutes. Hopefully not, but we'll see. You'll see the final results in just a second. All right, so my food is all nice and fried up. So I'm gonna plate it, or I guess bowl it in this case. Get that out of there. Oh yeah. There's like really, you want to get all that moisture out in the rice. I've noticed I like my rice better when it's a little crisper, just not crunchy. I don't want crunchy rice. Obviously the cod you want to have the most moisture in. You don't want dry cod, but it's such a like wet fish. It's pretty much near impossible to get it dry. So this is the best strategy. So once I plate all of that, I mean, this, to me at least, this does look like a decent amount of food. Let me think. I think it's about the same as last time, 300 calories. But if you're still hungry and you're like, oh, I need more. Actually, this is probably 250 if anything. If you're still hungry, you want more. Shredded lettuce is your friend. Volume is so important to keep hunger levels down. And so you just take a handful of lettuce and you just throw it on there. Awesome. And I'll stir that in. And I guess I'll show you my first bite. I might have put too much lettuce because I can't even see the... There we go. Now that is tasting very fishy. But I love seafood, so good for me. Hopefully good for you. I'll show you next one. I'm probably gonna do a polar plunge soon to make sure my muscles heal. So my post-workout meal, I'll delay, and you'll see why for later. But the next one is the basically my dinner. The meal after my post-workout meal is what I'll show you next. So yeah. So we take our white potato, okay? Let's see the best way to do this. So this is my post-workout meal, or just called dinner. It's just white potato with cod once again, or haddock. My store doesn't carry haddock, so it's just cod right now. And so I air fry the potato and I bake the cod. You could also broil it. That would work just as well. And that's pretty much it for this meal. There's no real special secret to it. It just takes a bit longer, which is fine though, because it's night. You have the time, and you know you can make this meal while you're in the shower if you have to. So it's like, it's pretty relaxing, to be honest, and it doesn't take a whole lot of prep. Like, this is it. And so as long as you know how to cut a potato the way you want to cut the potato, I guess, because you could cut it in any fashion you want, that's pretty much it. From there, I'd like to, I'm just going to season it, but there's really no special, you know, situation for it. Just enjoy your potato. Yeah, I'll show you the final results in a second with my cod. And this is 6 ounces of cod, by the way. It's not like last time's 3 ounces. So this is a heftier load. But if you love it, like me, it's, you know, a good day. All right, and look at that bad boy. Oh yeah. And there it is, the beautiful, I guess dinner. Yeah. All right, I'll take a bite just so you could trust me that it's good. Hard solid, and potatoes, solid. I use Cajun seasoning, but whatever floats your boat, you know. So yeah, I'll show you my post-workout meal next. All right, so it's time for my post-workout meal, but I didn't work out today, obviously. It was a rest day, so it's just something good. So something my sister's asked me before is, you know, when you're trying to do a deficit and stuff, and you're trying to cut out like sugar and all that, how do you get over your chocolate craving? And the simple answer is, you don't. I have my chocolate peanut butter protein powder right here. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. See this ice? Might be a little bit too much, but that's okay. You take your scoop of protein powder. I'm using Rivalus. I think that's how you pronounce it, Rivalus, that sounds right. I'm using their chocolate peanut butter blend. Actually haven't tried it yet, so this is the first time I'm trying theirs. But it should be good regardless. And you blend this up, and yeah, I'll show you the final results. All right, and there it is. It's I'm not gonna call it an ice cream because it's not creamy. Although you could put milk in it if you're not in a deficit. That'll give it that ice creamy texture. But it certainly is like a Wendy's Frosty, more or less. And the flavor is pretty good. It's not super peanut butter as I thought it would be, but I don't know, I'm gonna like this. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna put it down. But yeah, this is a post-workout meal. Also, if you're not in like a deficit, so you could put milk in there. You might also put you could put cereal in there as your topping, you know, instead of like candy or anything. But yeah, there we go. That's it. Try it out. Oh, also, when you're blending the ice and the protein powder, there should be a little bit of water in there. I want to make that clear. Yeah, okay. All right, I finally made it to the last meal of the day. I got some salmon here. I air fried some green beans that I'll eat. This salmon is 4 ounces? 4 to 6 ounces? Something like that. Hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, the salmon is about 4 ounces. All right. Yeah, so all in all, my meals have become much more fishier, but that's fine. Like I said, I love fish. What you could do with the salmon, since what I like to do is it gets me my omega-3s, but it also provides you with healthy fats. So you could always swap out the salmon for like beef or bison. You know, make sure you have some variety there. So, you know, I'll, you know, maybe every other day or so, swap the salmon for beef or something like that. But all in all, it's pretty good. Salmon is nice though, because while I just warmed it up in the oven, you could really eat it cold. I feel like it doesn't really matter. So you could heat a bunch up on like Sunday, and then throughout the week just like get into it, you know, after you're tired, because after all, this is like before bedtime, you know. And all this is like, let's see, way less than 200 calories. So for the entire day, I've ate around 1,500 calories, I would say, which is pretty good. And I mean, that's 6 meals for 1,500 calories. That's kind of surprising. Like, oh, it shouldn't be more than that, but it's not. And because I eat a lot of vegetables and stuff, I eat a lot of volume, so I'm not super hungry at all. And it's super manageable. And it's overall just a great time. So yeah, 6 meals sounds appealing. So there you go. There's my full day of eating. I hope you've learned something. Maybe how to cook or something. Who knows? And yeah, try it out. That's all I can really say.